Going to start the next assessment part. So we have already covered the face, we have covered the eyes, we have covered the ear, and we have covered the nose. Okay. So after that, after the nose, we are going to start the sinuses. We are going to assess the sinuses of the patient. As you all know, we are having the 6 pairs of the 3 pairs of the sinuses, and total 6 you can say sinuses we are having to assess. So where are those? Number first, we are going to assess for the sinuses. We are going to see any kind of inflammation in the frontal area, in the ethmoid area, and in the maxillary region. Okay. So if there is no lesion, there is no kind of swelling or no redness in this area is there. So now we are going to palpate it. So you can see when I'm going to press it, so you have to tell me whether you're feeling any pain or something. So like this, can it feel any pain? No. Okay, so this is your frontal sinuses. Then we are going to press the maxillary sinuses. Do you feel any pain? No. So when I'm pressing like this, there is no pain. And this is the ethmoid sinuses. Do you feel any pain? No. Okay, so that means the patient's sinuses is quite normal. So when the patient's sinuses will be inflamed, the patient's sinuses will be inflamed when any kind of cold or any rhinitis is there. Okay, when fluid collection is there, it will be painful. Okay, now we are going to have the assessment of the mouth. So as you all know, BSc first year, that now whenever we are going to inspect the mouth, so we are going to see for the outer lips area. You can see it is nice pink color. It is having no dryness. It should not be chapped lips. It should not be any kind of cuts in the you can say border of the lips area. That means it's showing the deficiency of vitamin C. So that you have to see for. Okay, any chillosis is there or any kind of cuts on the lip area, we have to inspect for. Okay, so once we have inspected, you can see this is the same color which we are having in the upper and lower lip. There is no discoloration. Okay, so if any kind of a discoloration is present in the lip area, so we have to mention. And also in the peripheral organs, as I told you, that you have to check for the discoloration for sinuses, because all the very soft mucous membrane parts are there. They are very prone to get the color change, like cyanosis, or there is some pale coloration on the lip area. So that you have to go for. Okay, so once you have inspected the lip area, so now we are going to see for the buccal mucosa which is present inside. Okay, but for that we have to wear the gloves so that we can inspect the patient's oral cavity. So once we are wear the gloves, okay. So you can see here now we are going to you can say pull the patient's lips like this, so that can you say okay, wide open. Okay, so we are going to inspect the buccal mucosa of this lip area like this, and we are going to see, you can see this is the nice moist and pink color, and there is no lesion, there is no aphthous ulcers. As you all know, ulcers, there is no yellow spotting in this area, there is no redness, extreme redness in this area. Okay, and any lesion, scar, or any tumor what to say abnormal mass, or any leukoplakia, that is white patches on the mucous membrane, that we have to look for. Any red ulcers is present or not, so that we have to look for in this area. Okay, so that's how you are not going to see like this. Okay, because the teeth will cover your mucous membrane, so you have to open it like this so that you can visualize the area. Okay, and same you can do like this also, that you can assess for the a nice a pink color. You can see for any kind of ulcers, you can see for any discoloration. Okay, like this you are going to assess the mucous membrane of the patient's lips and buccal mucosa. Okay, then now you are going for the inside assessment. So now you have to open your mouth wide open, okay, so you can use the pen light with this so that you can visualize the patient's teeth. Okay, as you all know, the a person's teeth should be shiny, white colored, and it should not have any color discoloration. Okay, so can you see that the patient's you can say, you have to see for any dental caries which is present on the teeth in the both side, you have to look for. Okay, then the back ears, that is molars and premolars, you have to look for any manifestation from any bacterial or any kind of growth which is present on the mouth of the patient. Okay, then you can use the tongue depressor also, that you can use to make it little bit side. Okay, I'm not going to touch it, so you can do it like this, so that you can explain, you can expose the patient's mouth like this. Okay, like this you have to pull, and I can use the fingers also, you can do it like this. Okay, so you can pull the patient's cheek, and you can see the backside molars and premolars, the consistency of the teeth, and side by side you can see for the mucous membrane of the patient's the gums of the patient also, any kind of infection related to the gums is there. Okay, or any kind of a redness is present in the gum area. Okay, so there are some glands present, submandibular gland, then maxillary gland, then there is some parotid gland. So if there is any inflammation in the mouth, that you have to look for. Okay, then Now, as I told you, there is some like terms which you have to remember, that is the tongue's inflammation, that means glossitis, okay, or any parotitis, if any kind of glands inflammation is there, so there will be some pain in the patient's mouth, okay, so that you have to look for. Now you can do okay, so with this this tongue depressor, you can make the patient's tongue like this. Next, okay, so we can palpate, we can push the tongue down, and we can see for the other areas of the mouth also. We can look for the uvula here. Okay, so you can look for the uvula here, which you can see the back part of the mouth. Then you can look for the side of the tonsils also. So what we have to do, we have to pull the tongue down like this, okay, and then you have to look for the uvula, and you have to if you have to see the uvula, so you will say the patient to do like this. Tongue you have to move out, tongue and okay, so when the patient will say the tongue will be outside and the patient is saying so that time the uvula will be little bit forward, okay, so that means it will be little bit like upward, like a position it will take. So we can see for the redness, there is no redness, that is like a light pinkish color, it should be moist, okay, that's how you have to see for the uvula. Then you have to see the hard and soft palate. You can see this, the very front part of the nearby the teeth, you are having your soft palate, and backside you are having your hard palate where you are having the uvula, okay. So you are going to have your this hard palate in this nearby, you can say upper roof of the mouth, and then backside you are having the soft palate which is attached with the uvula, and that you have to inspect for. The consistency should be a little bit irregular of this hard palate, and soft palate will be little bit regular, okay, that you have to see for any kind of discoloration, any blue or black colored lines is there or not, so that you can see for lead poisoning. If patient is having any lead poisoning, so you can see here, you can see the lines here, okay, so that means this blackish or you can say bluish lines you can see on the patient's mouth, okay, that you have to inspect for, okay. So what I told you, that just when you have checked for uvula, you have checked for the you can say side by after that, when you're going to press the tongue, I'll show you the oropharynx, okay. You just take your tongue outside and do okay, so when I'm pressing it like this, so you are able to see the oropharynx part also, that is little bit accentuated, and you are going to see any kind of you can say mass or any palpable a lesion or any excess mass is there, so that you have to look for from here, okay. And then after that we are having the tonsils. So as you all know, in the both side we are having the tonsils when the patient's mouth is open, okay. Okay, keep it down, tongue you have to press it down, and this one out. Okay, so you have to look for the tonsils, okay. So if tonsils is backside of your mouth, that means it is below the pillars of the tonsils, so that means it's quite normal, okay. So you can see that is the pillars, and you're going to see the tonsils of the patient, okay. So if you are able to see that, okay, so if you are able to see the pillars below the mouth, okay, that means below the pillar of the you can see the tonsil, so that means it's quite normal, that is level 1, okay, level 1 of the tonsils. Then if the abnormal thing is there, that means the these tonsils can come little bit between the uvula, then it can cross the pillars of the tonsils, and it can reach your uvula also. That means when you are able to swallow something, or when you are eating something, so that tonsils will come in between the uvula, so that will be very painful and inflammatory thing, okay. So you have to check for the what I told you from starting. We have to see for the lips, we have to inspect it, then we have to inspect the buccal mucosa of the patient, then you are going to inspect for the you can see teeth of the patient, that whether it is shiny, smooth, or you can see any kind of dental caries is there or not. Then you have to see for the tongue, that any glossitis, any white colored patches on the tongue, or it should be can you show the tongue once again? Okay, all of you can see it should be nice, moist, it should be mobile, okay, and it should not be having any cut, or it should be not having any kind of scar, okay. Can you wide open it? So you can see it should be moist, it should not be having any kind of cuts, it should not be having any kind of lesion, so it should be like this only, okay. So as I told you, if any kind of white discoloration on the tongue is there, if any kind of red discoloration of the tongue, that means leukoplakia or erythroplakia, if these things are there, or if the tongue is looking very a beefy red, so beefy red means the patient is suffering from pernicious anemia. Pernicious anemia means the deficiency of vitamin B12, okay. So if it is like that, or any strawberry tongue, there is disease like Kawasaki disease, so if in this disease the tongue will be very a pinkish strawberry color, or any taste buds of the tongue will be little bit elevated, so all these things are abnormal, that should not be there on the tongue, okay. So after the tongue we have to look for the you can see uvula of the patient with the hard and soft palate. So as I told you, hard palate is just above the patient nearby the teeth, and then backside you are having the soft palate with which the uvula is attached, okay. So you have to see for the uvula, whether it is midline situated, okay. okay, or whether it is in the like a center or whether it is deviated. So there is one nerve which is like what to say related with the like you can say uvula. That is, you have to check for the either the like you can say vagus nerve or the trigeminal nerve. Okay, so once the vagus nerve is once the vagus nerve is affected, so that means your uvula will also be deviated to one side or other side. Okay, so the patients in this you are going to check the trigeminal nerve and the vagus nerve. Okay, so can you move your tongue like this? Okay, so when the patient is able to move the tongue like left and right, that means the movement of the tongue is normal. So that means the trigeminal nerve and the vagus nerve is quite normal. Okay, and there is one more like a function when we have to assess for the vagus nerve. So if the patient is able to see, okay, can you say hi to me? Okay, so patient is able to say this to me, that means the patient is vagus nerve is quite normal. Okay, and the trigeminal nerve means, and this vagus nerve and you can say these two nerves are related for the a motor and the you can say sensory functions also. So if I'm able to touch the patient's face, he will be able to feel that. Okay, so that means sensation is there. Okay, so can you smile once again for me? Okay, and can you puff up your face? Okay, so that means the patient's you can say cranial nerves related to mouth is quite normal. Patient is able to masticate, patient is able to chew, the patient is able to eat everything. Okay, so that means the patient's you can say vagus nerve and the trigeminal nerve is perfectly fine. Okay, so like that we have to assess for. So in the symmetry you have to remember, okay, lips, the buccal mucosa, the teeth, the tongue, and then the hard and soft palate, and then we have to go for the uvula, and then we have to go for the tonsils. Okay, in the tonsils you have to remember about the grading. Like grade 1 is quite normal. That means when the tonsils are within the pillars, that means backside of the pillars of tonsils only, that's quite normal. Okay, but if it is coming a little bit forward, that means if it is reaching you can say little bit backside your uvula, then it is reaching between your uvula, that's quite abnormal. Okay, that is the indicative of infection. Okay, so that's how we have to perform the you can say a mouth assessment. Then one more thing you have to see here, all of you can see that when the patient is having clenching, now you have to make your teeth like this inside, like you are clenching something. Okay, and I'm going to palpate your you can close your mouth, and I am going to palpate the muscles or you can say the mastication a process of the patient. Okay, or you can say here I'm going to check the temporal a region of the patient, that any clenching or any kind of grating sounds unable to hear or not. And can you do like this? Okay, so like this if the patient is doing, I'm feeling the temporomandibular joint, that whether any grating or creaking sound is there or not. So that means the patient's you can say muscles in this area is perfectly normal. Okay, so that's how you are going to perform the mouth assessment. Okay, so now in the next assessment we are going to perform the you can say neck assessment. So stay tuned. Thank you.